Bienvenue tous. Welcome to our international press review here on France 24 today with Lana Camoria. Lana, I take it Barack Obama making a few front pages or six?
Yes, absolutely. The Democratic presidential candidate was in Germany yesterday, France today. European papers are all over that. And the front page of the UK's Independent says it all with the headline, Obamania comes to Europe, and a picture of Obama in front of the huge crowd that greeted him in Berlin.
It's an amazing picture, isn't it?
Yes, it's a beautiful picture. And actually, a lot of articles will be commenting about how this was a good photo op. That same picture is on the front page of today's Herald Tribune and of many German papers as well. Exactly. It's a very good front page for Libération today. Now, while people turned up in scores, 200,000 people to be exact, to listen to him, German papers are a bit disappointed with Obama's speech. Now, Die Welt,
really?
Yes, Die Welt has and all of them too. Die Welt has an editorial with the headline, Barack Obama had a trick up his sleeve. They say yesterday's speech was like a love parade or a football World Cup, but that in the end his words were mostly rhetoric, that nothing concrete or historic came out of it.
Der Taschenspieler
Tough, huh? And in Die Zeit we have a very sarcastic opinion piece as well with the headline, and it's a rough translation, who does he think he is, this Mr. Obama? They point out that German authorities went out of their way to organize the speech, that even street lamps were taken out to avoid obstructing the view. And the writer says that overall this was mostly to get the pictures to look great on TV, that it was a good photo op, but little substance.
So who took the lamps out? It must have been the German authorities. What are they complaining? I
Yeah,
don't really understand
exactly.
that, but there you go. Anyway, I mean, you can't take it away from the fact, from Obama himself. 200,000 people turn up. I mean, they weren't made to be there, were they?
That's a testimony to some charisma, that's for sure.
Is it a hangover, this row about the Brandenburg Gate, whether he should have done it there or should have done it at the Victory Column?
No comment about that,
No.
but in the end what happened was that the speech had to be organized very quickly because there was this dispute about the place.
I think it's journalists just like to moan, isn't it?
Maybe that's what it is,
Anyway,
I don't know.
carry on, please.
Well, the Süddeutsche Zeitung also has Obama on its front page, and a smaller article commenting on the media's love affair with the senator. They say it's a bizarre fascination and that Obama's tour has accentuated this.
Okay.
Now, the American papers seem to agree with the Germans that there was little substance. The New York Times says the candidate gave no specifics. His visit to Europe, they say, is very emotional, full of hope, but that he stayed vague on some crucial issues like trade, notably. And the article also points out that if the European people seem to love Obama, European politicians are more wary, notably because he implied, for instance, that Europe needed to do more on defense, on Iraq and Afghanistan, notably send troops. That's a very delicate issue.
So at least Obama's been very consistent, because he seldom goes into any kind of detail about policies. It's all about emotion and riding that wave.
True,
and
about hope,
creating
about
the rhythm
the
and
moment.
the speech and the hope
True,
of the moment.
true.
And yes, we can, all that kind of caper.
Exactly.
Please
we'll
carry
see how
on.
that
Go
develops.
ahead.
Well, French papers, of course, because Obama is in France today. He's visiting today, and he's on the front page of Libération, as we saw earlier.
Yep.
They call this a triumphant tour for the candidate, and they also note it's a big media operation. They say Obama's being followed by a whole airplane full of journalists, whereas no media had followed John McCain on his tour in March.
They've got network anchors following him. They've got it's a whole
whole
entourage,
plane,
isn't it?
exactly,
So
an entourage of
Figaro's got Obama.
journalists.
The United States needs Europe. You've got Obamania on Libération. The Parisian's got Price of a Peach, and
Exactly.
the exclusive from Claude Makelele talking about Paris Saint-Germain. But there you go. I like the Parisian.
Bad headlines.
They're not
compared
afraid
to,
to
the
be
others.
different, which is good,
An interesting article in Libération, they say Obama's emerging as an idol in French suburbs, not so much because of ideas. As we said, they're often maybe a bit vague for some journalists, but because of who he is. They say he's being seen as a mix between Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy. And as for right-wing Le Figaro, they say, interesting here, Obama's not going to mix with huge crowds in France like he did in Germany, and what the reason is for Le Figaro is that being too popular with the French could hurt him in the eyes of US voters, who remember it had hurt John Kerry in the last election.
Indeed, Lana, thank you for that. Obviously, loads more Obama mania to
Thank you
come,
so
of course, throughout the day. You're watching France 24. Stay with us.
Business is brought to you by Dexia, the public finance bank.